All right, now we're live. So, yeah, let me double check Discord. Everything is working fine. Let me just change it to full screen so that I can use the drawing tool. So, yeah. Wait a second. So, all right, I hope that you can hear me now. So, this is session 49 for the Alpha Sharks Educator program. I'm Steeper Basket, the new educator. This is technically my third session on campus, and yeah, probably the seventh because like I did like other sessions for like other servers, basically outreaching and spreading the ecosystem to other groups and other projects. So yeah, today we're gonna just like we I'll make it quick because these are the holidays for most of the people around here. So I was just gonna take a quick do a quick recap on the market. So first of all, I was gonna go to OpenSea. So if you're following up with stuff last week, less than 10 days ago, Board API Club was like basically dipped significantly to 50 ETH or even below that, so like 49 ETH. And now they're back really, really strongly. They've seen some good volume. We haven't seen like Bored API Club do over 500 ETH daily in a good while, so this is really refreshing to see. Yuga Labs collections are moving again. CryptoPunks are making their way back again, and the play for yesterday. So overall, the market has been showing some signs of recovery. Maybe if you check Dune, which is only for OpenSea, and we know that OpenSea is on a decline, Dune has been doing some like upper wicks as of now, right? This was a bad day yesterday, but now like it's been doing like these recovery patterns. That's an eight, like that's the volume. Both of these are like volumes in ETH. I'm looking for like US dollar. Wait, did they remove that? Okay, looks like they removed it. All right, so I'll get to that in a second. So the drop in volume has, sorry for that, has almost kind of plateaued, as we can see. OpenSea is still like doing its normal volumes. Nothing too crazy is happening, just like some upper and lower spikes. The other couple of days, it was like looking worse than that. So yeah, they've basically been recovering. The big NFTs have been recovering. This week, in my opinion, this weekend basically was kind of bullish for NFTs. We've seen crypto burbs, which I called. So like I work at Chancellor, I called this one at. I'll show you the point where I called them. So they were not here. I called at 0.040 0.045, I think. Yeah, 0.04, 0.040 something. Something in that range. There were a lot of smart buys. And yeah, they've basically been ripping off since then. Now they've formed a double top in this region. Wait, oh yeah. The outliers. We gotta get them down. They formed a double top in this region, and we expect a healthy dip, in which I'm personally planning on re-entering. I just want a really strong dip. Also, as always, you do not buy when things are like pumping that strong. So this zone is the most dangerous zone to buy in because all the sales are in profits, right? But all those people are taking profits, and more of them are gonna come. You want to buy almost always when there is red. The red dots means people are selling for losses, and that is how I basically like went through with it. So at this point here, my bullish indicators were that, as you can see here, there was a strong, like a super strong listing wall that was absolutely blown through. It was absolutely destroyed by the kind of momentum that was coming in. Another wall here, another wall. You can see multiple walls were broken at these points. Let me mark them up. So wait, I'll get the blue one. So this is a log. This is another log. And wait, I gotta have the full shot. Let me stretch it out a little. This is a wall that has been broken. This is another one. This is another one. And yeah, it basically hit that wall there. The wall of 0.1, but it absolutely blasted through it and peaked at 0.21 a few hours ago. So what were the catalysts for that? That was a recent call that I made. We made some people money. I've been basically like scalping it. So like in this period, I literally like bought and sold 4 times. I was scalping this collection because it is a zero royalty collection. Even on OpenSea, it's like zero creator royalty, so only 2.5%. So it was like really easy to make flips on this collection, and the gas was low. So yeah, I took advantage of that. I was able to do like some good scalps the other day. So a good indicator for me, other than the like volumes and stuff, other than like the performance, other than like the technical analysis that I did, was that yesterday the day was super super dry. So like for 2 days, like there barely anything in the market except for like a single other play. And the degens, the traders, the flippers, they want to get their money in something. They want to put money in something. You always see this sort of dry powder sitting around, and like they gotta move their money, they gotta do something with it. I think that, like this collection was a really good candidate for that. So it was only 2,000 supply. It is a derivative of CD butts. I'll let you. So yeah, CD butts and cryptodes. So two established collections. Obviously, one of them is the Gen, the other one is an artist collection. So the bullish thing on them was, if you look at the Twitter, that was the Twitter of the artist. I did some digging in, right? He's the artist. He did like this like research of like the two projects and like combined their like artistic elements in a really fashionable way. And not only that, that guy has been an artist for a while and he's part of the cryptos community, as you can see. So what happened is crypto CD butts, basically CD butts holders basically swept it, and cryptodes holders swept it. So you would see a lot of sweeps from those, and other sweeps were coming from other fellow artists. So chief executive. Oh yeah. So like the divas maxis and other artists. Let me get you. Let me find the some of them were artists, the ones that were sweeping, but a lot of like CD bot holders, investor collector. Okay, some bigger collectors, but these are like hopped on later. I want to show you like who was sweeping earlier. People that would never sell. You can see a lot of cryptos holders. You can see a lot of names. But yeah, if you look early on when I called it, a big demographic of sweepers were simply artists. These, oh yeah, oh, not that one. Oh yeah, one artist. You'll find a number of those. So this one like has a collection. This one is CD but like all of the CD but like maxis and yeah, street photographer for her like street photographers artists. So yeah, the guy was connected among the artist community, and that facilitated strong support. See, people were sweeping, and you could this actually like reflected really well when you were looking at the NBCP there because when I was looking at the collection, the NBCP was, let me refresh that. Give me a second, let me, because I'm operating like a lot of programs right now, so yeah, it's kind of heavy. So the NBCP now is like between 11 and 12. It was, I think, around 3, but it was actively increasing as I was watching it. That was another sign that I was looking at. So if something is going with actual volume, so I'm watching those two collections for the Origa Mass. It's like these like 5,000 units. It reminds me of Neolings. Art looks kind of cool. They like previously, so like 3 hours ago they pumped to almost, yeah, a little less than zero point zero 0.05, but like the other day they actually went up to like, yeah, they went above 0.05 and maybe 2.06 in a supply shock. Because like they sold out, they revealed, and people love their art. I'm watching this. It's been like going for like good numbers lately. So yeah. This one I've been watching more because yeah, flips, right? You can flip this. It has like zero royalties, so you can easily swing and scalp trade this. And that's exactly what I did. So how it exactly happened was I was always looking at periods of dips where it was like I'm sorry for that. I was looking for like extended slash prolonged dips periods without like much listings. So I would look at the listings tab here and I want like listings to be so recent. Oh, wait, never mind that. I would like listings to be like 30 minutes ago or more. That's the point where I would buy, and I want like super thin floors and sweeps coming in. So if I show you right now, this is one of my wallets. I was basically buying and selling, like doing these scalps, right? And yeah, like my first buy was like at like 0.04 something, and I bought it, so like it was 0.046. It was literally the last OpenSea listing before like the other listings were all above 0.05. So I was making sure to secure myself. And if I get another opportunity to do that, like I'll do it on video. Who knows what might happen here? I think there is a couple of swings alongside a bigger dip here, but there will surely be some sort of recovery as what happened here. But if you're looking right now, the zero point 0.1 is now a really like the zero point 0.1 mark is now a real strong support. So if it approaches that figure, I might buy a number there, right? I might buy a number of NFTs there. And if I'm looking for another scalp, I would just wait for everybody to sweep, right? And take a shot at the cheapest one, try to snipe, make sure that that's like a rare one that could flip easily. That's why I always did. So like one of the ones that I bought was a rare, and the floor dipped. So I was literally buying the dip, right? And it was like dipping further, but I was able to flip it for a profit because it was a rare one. You can just list, and people are giving this collection more and more respect. And the more respect a collection gets, the more the more willing the people are to get cooler trades and higher rarities. Unless and like the same like and vice versa. So like if a collection isn't really like looking too good, if it's like just like some dead stuff, people wouldn't care unless it is a one-on-one that you're selling for floor. So yeah, right there, as you can see. So these are the wait. So this one, oh, wait a second. What? Oh, yeah, crypto burbs and where was it? Origamas. Yeah. So this Edoman thing has been pumping as well. It was called by one of the other guys. So there's Lava Divas. This is a derivative of this one. I wouldn't really give it much attention unless you're like super degen. There is crypto vending machines, which after doing like research, turns out that it is a fake collection. It is a stolen art collection. I was going to say this is insane. I would have swept like 10 minimum. But yeah, people are still trading them, so I could have swept 10 below. Wait a second. Why is it showing a different floor for you? Okay, never mind that. So this is trading for like 0.007. I was like doing some quick research, was about to sweep map, but then like found out that the art is stolen. So I'm staying away from this one for now. And yeah, while we're at it, let me get to my phone to like I'm like browsing Discord on my phone and I'm looking through your questions. So if you have any, just shoot them my way. Obviously, technical analysis here isn't looking bad at all, but I expect this to dip. I don't expect it to keep going much more because this is so not, and they set the royalties to 10%, so you cannot really be bullish on that. So the first question is from Tommaso. He's saying, where did you call it? So I called it in Champs Only. That is where I work. I work like exclusively there for now. And yeah, I keep making like some of these calls. It all like comes down to technical analysis and like significance. So you always ask the bigger question, who is gonna buy this after me? And this question is pretty vital for like almost anything that you're looking at because let me show you, for example, OpenSea. I want to show you like some good examples of projects that are completely dead. So first of all, maybe like Lives of Asuna. Yeah. So if you know this collection, you've all probably been here for a while. This was launched in January, and they moved pretty hard. I think they went to like 3 ETH, and ETH back then was at like 4K, so they were basically trading for like $12,000, and now it is how much is 0.045? It's like $50. Yeah, 52 bucks. So if you can look, like I can show you some numbers here. People are selling them for 0.05. All these people are basically like looking for flips. You can see here, there's a listing 0.06 that was like bought for 0.033. There is a lot of pain among those trades. 0.04, 1/8, 1.5. And the farther you scroll, the bigger the number gets, all the way to like 3. So this is a collection that so like I literally teach alpha callers but I like some alpha callers this because like I host a course for that kind of thing, teaching people to become alpha callers and whatnot. So you can see people bought these for like almost almost 100x the like the 300x the current floor in terms of US dollars. So and they're listing them for that low. So a good rule of thumb is you're buying the hype on these collections. You should sell the hype. You do not hold them, and people will try like their best to be bullish on something. And I will give you a couple of key points here. So, Lives of Asuna right here. This was an anime collection. This pumped strongly because of Azuki. Azuki making his first move. I think this was like launched like 2 weeks after Azuki did, maybe 1 week. So following their narrative and how Azuki like mooned in a single week, these were performing really, really well. But it was simply an NFT collection, nothing much going on for it, not as much plans as Azuki, not no community like Azuki, and like 90% of the people there were just there like exclusively for the flip. And what made it even worse is that this collection is basically all females, right? So when you're looking at something, and especially in NFTs, you need like a strong statement is always gonna be an answer to who is going to buy this, right? This is always the question that you have to ask. Who is going to buy this? So with crypto burbs, I knew who was going to buy this after me. I knew what types of collectors would get drawn to these stuff, and this already had a strong market for itself. And in the case of Lives of Asuna, you have two factors that deter buyers. First of all, is this being a female collection. So let me have a sip real quick. Yeah, we're back. So we were looking at this, and the first thing is being an all-female collection because less than 20% of NFT traders are females, and an NFT trader would want something that they can resonate with, something that they can that can like reflect themselves. They can showcase to others, this is my thing, and the whole like narrative. So like what makes it even worse is that it's anime, right? Nothing against anime, but anime has its market, and Azuki basically took it all. There isn't a bigger anime market and no big space basically for anime collections, except for the ones that are super super low supply. Hence the success of some collections like Atama. So Atama succeeded for two reasons. Obviously, strong utility and a strong core community, and that was made possible. The core community thing and exclusivity factor that was made possible by it being a low supply collection, and it was an anime collection. People like they focus on the art, so it is subjective, but like a lot of people think that the other art is super super good. Nobody did it as well as Azuki, still in my opinion. But if you see right here, you got like a 17% MBCP because like all the big players in the space were going at this collection. So an anime narrative here, especially an anime narrative is really really hard to nail. Nobody did it like completely did like no literally no other collection did nail the anime narrative for a 10K supply collection except for Azuki. And the more anime it looks, the worse it is. People want something that they can be proud of and want something that can look good for them. And having a girl, an anime girl, basically what we call a waifu, and is like basically highly scrutinized. And that is why this collection didn't make it through because of these two factors. And we have another one from the anime bull run of January slash February was another one was called Zipsy. So Zipsy super normal. Wait, I'm trying to find this one. So wait, I'll just like look it up. Hit enter on it. So and so for like highest last sales. I might have done something wrong here. Let me get to Twitter. They probably changed their name. Super normal. Yeah, this is the one. So they did a rebranding, which is pretty cool in my opinion. It was called Zipsy's Super Normal, and it was literally at 6 ETH back in January, which is like 24K US dollars. They fell off for the same reason. Too much anime slash Asian face narrative. There isn't that big of a market for that kind of forget kind of art. You can see right here, like they did 27,000 volume, absolutely exorbitant numbers. So they were a quick pump. They obviously dumped, but not as much as Life of Asuna because these are not all females and these are not like waifu style stuff that people can get away from. So you need to understand the next buyer, right? You need to understand the demand, the value proposition for something that you're buying, and understand how it's gonna grow in value because somebody will have to buy it. Now, a lot of people might ask basically another question, which is, well, how about DG Daigaku, which is technically the biggest moonshot of this bear market by a very, very, very wide margin. So in total value, if you have like one of those, you probably got airdropped more than like 15 Ethan value, something like that. So that's why they dropped because like of these too many airdrops. So why are these at 8.33 ETH? Obviously supply isn't too small, but they had a cheat code, so they got VC funding up to I think they got like well above $200 million in VC funding, and the founder is like a big guy in gaming. So that is why they're keeping up. People are not buying those for how they look. Like and that is why a lot of people actually like missed out on this one. So it was at like zero point 0.2 Ethereum, and like even when it hit like 3 ETH, it still like went to like 20, and people faded them because they were afraid of this like one unique concept of like basically bag shame, right? Some people buy some stuff, and some people like miss out on stuff because they're scared that if they lose money on it, how are they gonna tell people that they lost money on an anime waifu, for example, especially at a price of like 3 ETH, right? So like this guy right here, he bought like at like 20.2, and he's selling for like 8.5 ETH. So there's been a retrace, but still, they're pretty freaking successful, as we can see. But that still begs an answer for a question, which is who's gonna buy this? People went for this because it was VC funded, because it had the strong background. If you have any questions, guys, just like hit them in the chats. I'll just like get quickly to another like example of these like value proposition stuff. So historically, you want to look for some stuff, and historically, there isn't a single anime collection that is above 5,000 supply that is done well besides Azuki. Not a single one. So we could name other stuff. Kiwami, that was another collection from the second pump of Azuki. This was a like 2 ETH. It pumped to like 2 ETH back in March and April when Azuki did like 50 ETH. Now they're down because anime narrative. People want something that can reflect them. People want to bet, make bets. So like if the team isn't like extraordinary, there wouldn't be any reason to hold like something like that. Oh, there is the reason. That is why they're like priced at like $50, obviously, but that is not the price that you're looking for. in terms of an NFT investment. That's why, especially for these markets, so like for the market that we're in, you need to stay away from any long-term hold unless it's like some ultra conviction stuff. And that is probably limited to like 10 projects total in this market. You can see high MBCPs because like high buyers came in, but yeah, it fell off ultimately. Another one is called Akuma.
Uh,
Yo, ask. Did somebody just like unmute and like, oh, was that hot mic? All right. Oh, I'll never mind that. So like, yeah, another one, almost $50. Akuma Origins. They pumped in March and April again at the big Azuki pump, the second coming for Azuki. Obviously, they always die off after reveal. So this one was like 1.5, 2 ETH, but like when it revealed, they it fell off like almost completely. And there is an infamous example, which is PXN. Wait, am I typing? Oh, wait a second. PXN goes to Vision 0.18. These were trading. We've all seen those. They were trading for like 7 ETH, all-time high. They fell off because the art enemy art is by no means scalable over 10,000 like 10,000 units. No matter how, like you need to have an insane variety of traits for it to scale well over a 10,000 unit collection. That's why I always call for selling an anime collection before reveal, and that's exactly what I did with Isekai. So a lot of people are like, yeah, we love the art of Isekai meta, and yeah, well, like over at Champ, we're all like holding at least two of them, like each and every single one. I know people that sweat them strongly over there, and they were at like zero point 0.6. I think the all-time high was zero point 0.7. So I sold both of mine pre-reveal for half an E, and they fell off really strongly post-reveal. So a lot of people were like, "Yeah, the art is like Studio Ghibli style. I love it," and yeah, yada yada. But what brought them down that much is scalability. Like if they're at like 2,000 supply, something in that range, they would have fared off like way better than like working on an almost 8,000 unit supply. So that is an example that I wanted to give there. So let's take a quick look at crypto burbs right here. Oh, wait a second. They pumped again. Wait, something is wrong. I gotta reset that. Oh yeah. So, yep, I missed the dip again. Well, explaining stuff. So, yeah, 5 minutes, literally 10 minutes ago was at 0.15. It's not like 0.19. If you filter in like 2.5% royalties plus gas, that's still an easy 0.03. So yeah, a lot of strong upside strength here. So a dip should be grabbed on this one. That's what I'm gonna do the next time it dips. And if you, I was gonna explain this one, but like there isn't much going on to it. It was like another one of those like keyworded degen plays. So this one has been moving. Yeah, it has been moving, but it will die off pretty quickly. I would never touch that thing, even if it like goes to like 0.03. I'm still happy I didn't touch it. I'm not supporting somebody that basically stole art for their own personal gain. And now like their volume is a crypto vending machine, 24 ETH volume. Wow. And they made 10% of that. So because like they take 10% royalties, so that is almost like 2.5 ETH for stealing art. That is not cool. How much did crypto burps do? 353, pretty cool. Obviously, the low supply helped. with crypto verbs, and you can see more and more and more big holders hop in. Supply over demand is pretty strong. Zero royalties is obviously a catalyst for trades. It encourages flippers and encourages buys, and not just like brave people hopping in. Now you want ordinary people to buy these stuff. So yeah, rank 37 went from point 35. So always when you're seeing sales above the floor and like significantly above the floor, that is always a good sign. A sign that people are collecting for like the sake of collection here and there, more and more like above floor sales. And yeah, another thing that you might want to look at is the color coded token holding listings wall. So you can basically see here that there is basically like barely any large holders listing, right? So like very minimal green and red. Those are the wallets that hold like over 10 and like over 5 tokens. You can rarely see any of them here. There is like at this point, obviously those things are gonna come, but some people just like bought this to hold forever. It's the same guys that hold crypto debuts. It's the same guys that hold cryptos. Yeah, sorry, I kind of forgot that out of nowhere. So it has a strong backbone, and like it just started moving, right? Traders will keep swinging this, and people will dump it. I'm waiting to see like more red in the collection. That's what I'm gonna buy. I'm not buying when everybody's like buying here and like profiting, and like on like sellers profiting and whatnot. I will buy when there are sellers that aren't profiting because it's usually panicking, usually dips. And yeah, in terms of TA, we've seen this major support that basically became like irrelevant, and now you got an incredible support at this point and a short-term support at 0.14. So that is what we're looking at. They barely let it even like get there. So I'm checking for the chats again, checking for questions. If we don't have any more questions, I will just like call this one a day. Sorry, like I was kind of under the weather today, a little sick. You might have noticed. So a question from Neuropop NFTs is saying, how do you know that the dip will bounce? Good question. You know that the dip will bounce because you got catalysts. You have a lot of info, right? So that it is like it's just like Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? We've seen the Bored Apes go like dip to like 48 Ethereum. Everybody knew that they were gonna pump. Franklin, the owner of like 60 something apes, he was just like went on sweeping. He swept 6 apes yesterday. He knew that they were gonna go up because that collection has its respect. And I know that the dip will bounce when it's significantly oversold. So there is red, there is overselling, momentum is extra red. I need to see more of this. Means like that this will dip. You'll be seeing way more listings than sales. So high yeah. See is going up. So because like it keeps hitting that 0.2 resistance here. So double top here, another like attempt to break here. I think the next one, on the next move, this could easily be broken. The wall is pretty freaking thin. But how I know it will bounce is when I start seeing sales coming, right? People are FOMOing over collections. It is human psychology. When it dips, when you start seeing red, that's when I know that it will bounce sooner than later. It depends on the collection, obviously. If it's some like useless trash, it might not actually bounce. But like for these types of collections, this became a well-respected collection. It went from three. See, people are looking for like hoodie trades. See what that's exactly what I was talking about. People were looking for hoodie trades. They don't care about the rarity. It's just like the people buying crypto punks for like thousands of ETH because like they got like this ape with a hoodie. People respect the traits of this collection. and they're gonna go for the trades that they like. So that is a super bullish indicator. Sold for like 0.25, and it's like literally like top 50%, I guess. And yeah, you can always compare. So you're looking at this point, and there was buys back then before a bigger dip, and there's a curve. So people aren't listing as strongly as before. That means that there is a bounce. That's what we're literally watching. And if people are listing super, super strong and these like super strong listings start like slowing down, that means that there is a bounce that is gonna come. And obviously when you like pull in your technical analysis at this point right here, there was this like resistance here became a support. There was a lot of memory of purchases happening in here. 0.69 purchase does just happen on a rank 40. I think this is an all-time high sale right here. Let me double check on that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe probably like some like 101 sold for like 2 ETH or something. Highest last sale. Oh, it is the highest sale, and it looks fire. People are looking for the stuff that look fire. You can see. So yeah, people keep scooping those rare ones. These are now like becoming grails in that sector. 0.25 sale for like a really common looking one, another 0.25 sale for a common looking one. They want some traits. They want the wine bottle trait here. They want the hoodie trait with now glasses. People want stuff that look cool. That's how you know. You gotta be bullish on something like that. In like short term, obviously. I think long term it is gonna cool down. But this is a big move because things have been sleeping for a while. So this is a refresher to see in this market. And yeah, that is basically my comment on that. So 2 minutes. I'm taking questions right now. So 2 minutes, and I'll have to dip. Oh yeah, I see questions in the general chat. Yeah. Delo Deli is asking, when you see holder of 10 red with a two, does that means that two of the listings are from a wallet with more than 10 NFTs? Yep, exactly. You're on point with that one. So as you can see right here, it shows 10 plus tokens, one. So that is one listing between 0.19 and 0.2. That is one listing from a wallet that has 10 plus tokens. You're absolutely right on that one, Doe. And yeah, I'll give it like a minute. We'll just call it a day if nobody has any more questions. Didn't try to make this as long. Wait, how many people are in here? Oh, quite some. I thought we were like 8 people max. So that's kind of cool to see. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to unmute, feel free to do whatever. Sorry for like the cracks. I've been like really under the weather badly. I had like a sore throat, but like I straight out like fixed that. Took like overdosed on like lemon and honey and whatnot. So the throat thing is kind of fixed, but I still got coughs, so like a little bit under the weather. So I apologize if like my voice is like a little cracky. So I'm eyeing another dip at this range. So between 0.14, 0.16, I'll be watching the action that is going on here. Is it like panic? Is it like more grabs? If it's more panic, I just like I'm not really that liquid right now, so I might like get two or three. So yeah, that is my play for now. I already have them like pre-approved on like OpenSea, so I should be able to flip this really well. People are like like slowly sending the value of these to like to 0.2 basically. They're trying hard to break it, and now we're seeing a double top on a longer term. So this was a double top on a shorter term, and now this one is a on a little longer term. Who knows? Maybe we see like a bigger dip like that if we like zoom out, bigger dip, and then a third double top. If we see this bigger dip, I'll surely be in again. So I see no questions here. So I guess I'll just like call it a day. This session is recorded, so I'll have the recording over. A little ashamed because of like voice cracks and whatnot in recordings. This is like the coolest thing ever, but yeah. Thank you guys for coming today. If you have any questions, just like tag me in the educator chat anytime. I'm always around. We'll be answering your questions. So yeah, thank you for coming by today and have a great one. Peace.